Now, a lot of us, we wake up in the morning and we have this thought process. We have this thought pattern that we all deal with. Like, for instances, Monday mornings. Nobody likes Monday mornings, right? Do you like Monday mornings? I don't. Nobody likes getting up on Monday mornings. The interesting thing about Sunday that we all have in common is Sunday is preparation for Monday. The complaining begins as soon as we wake up on Sunday morning. Or for some of us, as soon as we leave church on Sunday, the complaining begins about all the things gonna happen Monday. We wake up and we dread that before we go to bed, we walking around, we're head down, we're dragging our feet, like, oh my gosh, Monday, gotta go back to work, we gotta go back in this place. We already complaining about that co-worker we don't like, that boss that's always watching you and always asks you to do more work. We think about all the work we got to do. And if you was on vacation the week before, we're complaining about all the work that didn't get done that I gotta come back to do. That's all things we do. We complain, complain. What does this have to do with reversing the way we think? The interesting thing about that is we often complain because we worry about all the work we got to do. We worry about the boss that's bothering us. We worry about the coworkers that's always annoying us. Always they're snickering and talking behind our backs and it bothers us. We worry about all these things. We worry about our boss giving us somebody else's work that we already overworked, but they're giving us more work. We complain about all these things, but here's the interesting thing about that. I'm going to give you a new perspective on how to look at it, okay? I'm going to reverse your way of thinking. See, it goes back, and excuse me for a second where I go to religion for 1 second. I need to take another detour to talk about religion for 1 second. We talk about God. And a lot of people talk to me about God, like, well, why is God punishing me? And why is God punishing me by taking me through all this? Why does he make people go through all these horrible things? He's taking you, first of all, he's not taking you through any horrible things. He's not punishing you. And that's the thing. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, then he has no reason to punish you. God is not about just punishing you. But when you go to the gym, let me ask you a question. Do you ask your personal trainer why is he punishing you when you put that extra 10 pounds on your weights? When he's asking you to do that extra 20 squats? A boxer. Does a boxer feel like his trainer is punishing him when he make him run for the extra 10 miles? Throw that extra 200 punches? Is he being punished? Should he complain about going to the gym to train for that next fight? Because he knows his trainer's going to ask him to throw 200 more punches? Run 10 more miles? Continue on that strenuous diet that he's on? Should he complain? Of course not. But a lot of us do. A lot of us do, and a lot of us are, and a lot of them are. But the thing you don't understand is why you're complaining is that those extra 10 miles that you're running is for this important reason. When you're in that ring and you're boxing and that opponent ain't letting up, and you was expecting to only go 5 rounds, but now you got to go an extra 6 to end this thing. When you're getting tired, what's going to kick in is the extra 10 miles that your trainer made you run. That's going to condition you to kick into that second gear that the opponent doesn't have. When you're doing an extra 20 squats, that's going to build your legs to carry that extra weight, those extra burdens that's being put on you. Think about it, people. Think about it. All the things you're going through today is not to punish you. It's to build you and to encourage you and get you ready for what's coming next, for that next fight. So you need to reverse your way of thinking. Think about this when you go to work and there's a pile of work on your desk. This is conditioning me for when I become a manager. So when I become a manager, I'm conditioned to already used to dealing with a lot of work. I'm used to dealing with a lot of different personalities. So because I dealt with them, when I become this manager and I get this role of being a boss, I'm already preconditioned to deal with all these different personalities. I'm preconditioned to deal with these people that act differently. I'm preconditioned to handle large workloads. See, if you change the way you're thinking, you're going to become preconditioned to handle and deal with all the things and all the additional pressures that's been put on you. You got to reverse the way you're thinking. Got to drive in reverse. Not steer in the rear view, but sometimes you just got to drive in reverse. Just change the way you're thinking. Stop complaining about Monday mornings, because Monday mornings you complain, it's preparing you for something. It's preparing you for something. It's preparing you to be great. All the things and all the challenges that's happening in your life are preparing you to be great, to be a greater you. They're strengthening you. The people, the co-workers who are harassing you, the boss who's staring over your shoulder, they're preparing you for that next role. Who knows, you may be the next vice president. And the president of the company, they may be the same way or worse. But see, you're going to be conditioned to deal with that. Maybe you're going to be the next CEO of the company, but the board members are going to be all over your shoulder. They're conditioning you to be ready to deal with that. So when you walk in that boardroom and they're ready to look over your shoulders and go through all your documents and sit here and make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed, you already conditioned to be trained to make sure that's already done. It's not going to bother you because on a lower level, you already dealt with this. So when you get to a higher level, you already conditioned to deal with whatever comes your way. You're built for this. You're built for it tough. You're strong. You're strengthened. When you get in that box and when you're ready to fight, you got 10 more miles in you when your opponent is running out of gas. It ain't about punishment all the time, people. It's about conditioning. It's about preparation. Sometimes we just need to be prepared for what's to come. And the things that you're going through today, the struggles you are going through today, are to prepare you for the obstacles that's going to come tomorrow. Not just the obstacles, but the success that you're going to achieve tomorrow. Because even with success becomes a greater responsibility, becomes greater work. But if you're conditioned to deal with it on a lower level, when you get to a higher level, you're going to look them problems in the eye and stare at them and say, this is nothing. This is nothing. What you throwing at me, I done dealt with 10 times worse with 10 times less. So what you're giving me today, I'm built for it. You're going to be built to take on any challenge, but only if you can reverse the way you're thinking. So stop complaining about Monday mornings and get up and get ready, because that Monday morning is bringing you closer to that future success, that greater job, that bigger house, that nicer car, that husband or wife that you've been looking for, that child. Don't think of everything as a punishment. Sometimes in hardship, there's a blessing. There's a gift. There's a reward. But you got to know how to see it. See your boss who stare at your shoulders and don't speak as reward. See them co-workers who whispering and bickering and talking as a reward. See every opportunity in your life as a reward. A reward to your success. A reward to your growth. A reward so you don't become obsolete. Remember, people, you got a whole big world out here and a lot of accomplishments to make. Success is waiting for you. It wants you. I can't wait to see the success that you have and the rewards that you accept. But you gotta first be willing to accept the hardships and understand the hardships are only to prepare you for the future obstacles, the future success that you're going to encounter. I don't care how much money you make. Money can come with a whole bunch of issues. So I'm not going to tell you enjoy being poor, but learn from it. Keep that same humbleness. So when you become successful, remember your origins, remember where you came from. So when you become successful, you stay that great person that you are. That's all I ask. That's what it's all about. Reversing the way we think. Reversing it. Yes, we have learned behavior, as we talked about in part 1 of this episode. Yes, there's learned behavior, but just because we learn something, don't mean we can't unlearn it. We can't reprogram ourselves, and we can't become better. Don't become obsolete. Become superior. Become great. Become that next big thing, the next great thing. Become the next great person who changed the world. See, my personal objective, my personal goal with this podcast is not for me particularly to change the world. It's to inspire the mind of the person who does. Yes, I got that from Tupac, but that's truly how I feel. I might not ever change the world. As much as I would love to, I might not change the world. But I hope through these videos that you're watching I ignite the mind and I inspire the mind that does. Think about this. We all have learned behavior, but we also all have the ability to change our stars, to change the way we act and the way society view us. The more important is how we view ourselves. I want to thank you for listening to another episode of Ordinary People Podcast, where it's not about likes and views, it's about motivating, inspiring, informing you. Peace.